All right, so here we are. Laurel finally gets to go camping in the swamp. And let's see how that is tonight when the mosquitoes come out in force. So if anybody doesn't know, this is Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge, the Folkestone side, pretty much where I was born and raised. And I love this place. All right, so we've checked in, and now we get to go get in the canoe and do some paddling. It's not going to be very far, only 3 miles.
Not that bad.
Nice little, no. Hopefully the sky will clear because she's wanting to see stars tonight. And I mean, without me punching her in the eye or something. Anyway.
You can't do that to me. I'm too fast.
All right, then. And we're ready. Oops. You got this. You got this. Nice and peaceful. That might be our first mile marker right there. Yep, it's on the bend.
It is.
Huh?
I said I do believe it is.
I do believe you're right. That's how we usually figure it's the first long straight shot's the first mile. It'll bend and all the way down to where it splits, where there's the island and where our turnoff's going to be is the 2 mile mark. See this, guys? So I told my daughter I'm filming, so look who's paddling.
Aren't you sweet?
Hmm?
Aren't you sweet?
And there's our next stretch of river.
He's gonna make me paddle the whole way. Abuse, abuse, abuse.
Child abuse. Oh no, you're 20, almost 21. You're not a child.
Goo goo gaga.
Adult abuse.
Goo goo gaga.
So you can see off there in the distance, the tops of those trees are busted off and dead. A lot of that is from a fire that came through here. I don't even want to try. It was probably,
7 years ago?
no, I'm talking about the big one when your Uncle Russell was still alive. Probably 15 to 16 years ago. It was one of the, if not at the time, I think it may have grossed the most land of any wildfire. It burnt the whole swamp, which,
If it was the one we had to evacuate for, that was about 18 years ago.
yeah, I think it was 18. You're right.
Because I was about 3 when that happened.
Yep. So the swamp actually needs those fires. Otherwise, it'll just keep growing and growing until it becomes a forest. And you'll have maybe this little riverway, but y'all see the prairies on this video here in a little while. All right, shutting down. All right, so Brandon and Tony, this is the way into Cedar Hammock, and if you remember, this was a lot wider. Well, you now have this blow up right in the middle of the trail. We hit one worse than this a little bit earlier. Alright, so I'm gonna have to help my poor struggling daughter.
I got this. I'm strong. I work out sometimes.
Alright there, Popeye. Alright. So this, which I mean, you've been seeing us on the prairie already, but that is what we call a prairie. Large, open, wetland. Beautiful out there. Mush! Mush!
Keep it up, I'll start paddling backwards.
Oh boy, threats.
Look at that, another blow up.
Mm-hmm. Dragonfly over there. Kill a bunch of mosquitoes for us. 2 of them. Oh yeah. Now we got another blow up ahead.
I love this swamp. It's so full of blow up.
Yeah. As you see, no actual canal.
Yep,
Or trail, I should say, not canal.
same thing.
Kinda.
Kinda.
Alrighty. And yet
Oh, I see it.
another blow up.
Totally fine.
Oh, I know.
That could happen.
I know. I got mussels up there on the front.
Oh, exactly.
See how this stuff stopped just like that? That's how it was with your cousin Josh and cousin Matthew, except it was a lot thicker than this. All right, I'll help here in just a second. Okay, so the plant right there, the hooded plant, I'm sure people watching this video probably already know, but that is called a pitcher plant. And it is a carnivorous plant. No, it's not going to sneak up on you and bite you. But where that hood is, then that long stem, there's a liquid down inside there that's like a sickly sweet smell that flies think is like a dinner bell. And they will go in there looking for some food, something dead and decaying. And, excuse me. And there's hairs on the inside of that tube that won't allow them to crawl back out. They'll finally get tired, fall down in the liquid, which actually is the plant's digestive juices. That's how it gets its food.
I can't get a smell of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to turn over the boat if I do.
Yeah, try not to turn over the boat or kill the pitcher plant. They're protected.
We're going to show the picture.
So another little thing about the Okefenokee Swamp, which I hope that our current administration doesn't try to do anything crazy like sell it off or whatever. There's stuff out here that this is the only place in the world that you'll find it. So these pitcher plants, there's 5, if I remember correctly, there's 5 different types, and there's one that is only out here. Nowhere else in our terrestrial ball will you find it.
I wanted
But-
flowers.
Hmm?
Didn't know they had flowers.
Yep. Yep. All right. Mush.
Yep.
Oh, there's a bunch more over there.
You filming again?
Yep. Yeah, I'm being lazy.
Lazy. That's okay. I'll be sure to untie the platform so you gotta paddle even further tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, all I can see on my phone is that it is recording, but the glare doesn't allow me to see what's being recorded.
Well, hopefully you'll get something good out of it.
Oh yeah. Cedar Hammock Canoe Shelter. So before I turn this around, anybody who's ever been here to Cedar Hammock, you know it's a floating dock, only floating dock out on the swamp. Well, that has changed. This is a brand new structural built dock, and man, it is nice. A really nice looking outhouse. Not nice smelling. Oh yeah.
Nice and cool.
Trail mix with dark chocolate. Home sweet home for the night.
Specific type of bird, or just whichever one was being a dickhead at the time?
Well, we have some company out here. Good sized gator. Very possibly the one that was out here the last time I camped.
I love him. I'm gonna name him Daryl. Can we take Daryl home with us?
No,
Aw.
Daryl eats too much. Like me, you, and your brother.
He could be the new guard cat.
He's so cuddly.
He is. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're a little close to this one, aren't we?
Yeah, a little bit. And the boat is getting a little bit closer. I know. I know it.
All right, so I'm gonna put the camera down and back us back out.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I don't want to get gator kids today.
Okay, so we got bored, decided to come back out to the canal. And we are,
To Gannett Lake, right?
we're not going to Gannett
It's
Lake.
8 miles. We can do that in 5 seconds.
Yeah. So this is the way to Monkey Lake, which is another platform we are not going to today.
Oh, but we can get to Chester Prairie real nice.
Yeah, Chester Prairies is right here.
Yeah, exactly. All the way to the end of it.
No.
And then to Monkey Lake.
Nope,
Yeah.
but we're gonna go back and eat.
We can do both.
So Chester Prairie, of course, is named after one of the other major families here on the swamp, the Cheshires. And they would come out here. This is like late 1800s, early 1900s. Fish, push deer. Push deer from island to island and hunt. And make it so they could eat. The prairie we were on earlier, where our camp is called Chase Prairie, which is named Chase Prairie because that was also one of the places that people would go to hunt deer. And what they would do is they would be in a boat with a pole stick, and they would actually push the deer, kind of like people do running dogs. Except they would push the deer off the islands, catch them out in the prairie. Now, it doesn't sound very sporting, but they didn't give a damn. They were trying to eat. That's how they would fill their smokehouse.
Great going, Laurel. Right into the reeds. I'm so good at this, guys.
She's so good at this, guys.
Think that was a little baby? Little baby gator over there?
Nah, what's that frog? Leopard frog.
No, I think it was Gator Man. You know, half gator, half man.
Oh, yeah. So this one you can actually still take your boat motor down. Yep, all the way to Gannett Lake. Maybe, if you can get that far. Wouldn't be hard through here. Our cousin Ray goes to Buzzard Roost Lake a lot of time in the spring with his boat and fishes. Have to make sure that I don't put my finger right in front of the lens. I did that on one of my trips. Really did not like the footage. Nice little cypress stand right there.
Nice little what?
Cypress stand.
You're a cypress stand.
You're a jack stand.
You're a jack stand.
Come on, everybody, let's give Laurel a round of applause. She is doing so good.
Yay.
Allowing me to film.
Yep. He overworks me, underpays me, guys.
So up ahead where that birdhouse looking thing is, oh no, that's a sign, okay. I think there's another trail, I don't remember the name of it. That's where we're gonna turn around and head back.
Because he's too scared to go down the trail.
So I wouldn't call it the best supper in the world, but damn, it tastes good. We have Smiling Bob's smoked fish dip
Not
with
sponsored.
Ritz's crackers. What?
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored by him, that's for sure. A huge chunk of summer sausage, an apple, a banana, watermelon, So we're gonna do the eating thing. Hopefully, when it gets darker, the owls will start talking to us.
Yeah, they tell him, go and jump in the water. Go and jump in the water. Trust me, that gator's not going to catch you.
Yeah, what she said.
Yep.
All right, so nice mudfish right there. That is a
Get
giant.
that up before you get a gatorfish. It's big.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna shut my camera off. You take pictures if you want. I got somebody here is interested in what happened with that fish. I'll let him go. Put him back in your domain. You can eat him later. Got two gators out here circling each other. Kind of a Mexican standoff. Or a South Georgia standoff. I don't think you want to mess with the big one, dude. He is definitely bigger than you are. Oh, they're kissing. He's like, I'm out. Here's Sandhill Crane out there. Oh, I don't know if you can see them. Okay, so that's the first catch of the morning. Cute little warmouth. I couldn't hold the phone and reel him in at the same time, so this is what you get. Awesome little guys. Fighters.
I woke up twice. Sorry.
All right, so I am videoing. Well, I'm videoing this gator right now. But listen out there. You can hear them bellowing. Hopefully the camera's picking this up. Shut up, frog. They've been doing this all around us. I was just on the phone with a friend of mine who's not from this area, asked if I was nervous. I was like, heck no, they ain't worried about me. That's mating calls. That's a big bull gator. And that gator right there is our little girl from last night. No, that might be, is that the girl, Laurel? Yeah, I think so. She looks smaller than the other one.
I think the smaller one was the boy. I think that one's
Yeah, maybe so.
girl. It's all fun and games till that one starts bellowing.
I wish it would.
It would be funny.
That. Oh. Second warmouth. Pretty fish. All right, buddy, let's get you back in the water. All right, June 1st, Sunday morning. Probably getting close to 9:15, 9:30. Ball of fire's up in the sky, and it's already getting warm. A little bit of a cool wind though. Got Muscles doing all the work again.
He's abusing me. He's abusing me. He don't feed me or nothing.
I fed her raw fish.
Man cannot survive on raw fish alone.
Well, I don't know.
And don't say Gollum, because Gollum ain't no man.
Well, I didn't think about that, but oh, I got to put the camera down and help. We got to. So I haven't been. Oh, we'll go to the left a little so that I can see. I ain't worried about that boat.
He went under.
No, he's still there. Crap, you're right. All right. All right, so that's alligator number 31. Granted, we haven't got the other ones on here. We got a few of them, but it's been kind of, oh, and bye-bye. So it's been kind of hard for me to get to the thing in time. They'll go down or, but anyway, that was 31. That's pretty cool how they don't even ripple the water when if they don't want to. They just want to link away. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And there's 32 up there.
Yep, I see him. He's kind of a decent one.
32 is a bit of a fat ass.
He's fluffy. He's not fat. He's big boned, okay? Get it right. Number 32. That was a nice sized gator. He's probably, I would say 9 foot at least.
Well, Whitey thinks he can take the boat.
Yeah. We're 17 foot. You can't take us.
He thinks he could.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm too low, so go in."
Look at that, not a ripple. Cue doors music. This is the end. So we are coming to the end of our journey, and Muscles is bringing us on the home stretch. Somewhere back over there, Laurel, is where that scenic route is, down that canal. I'm not sure exactly where, but somewhere.
So, seeing as I ain't seen an entrance anywhere else.
Yeah. No, I know for a fact it's down there. I just don't know exactly where. It used to be. Yeah, we don't want to go down that one. It used to be strictly an airboat trail. All right, I might better get off the camera and help Muscles. All right. She says she's fine. I say to end our video, we should probably walk through the museum and just tie the boat off.
Let's get the boat all situated before we walk to the museum, though.
All right. So this is the museum at the Okefenokee Swamp. Back behind those doors and a set over there are your movie areas. All kind of little movies you can watch. It's just a, I don't know what you would call it, mural or diorama thing of the swamp. I have, I don't know if you'd call it animatronics, or you got this guy here who will tell stories. Let's see.
I'm glad to see you folks here today. If you'd visited the Okefenokee 100 years ago, you'd have met other homesteaders like me making their homes here in the swamp. Swampers, as they're sometimes called, settled on the pine-covered island and upland edge of the swamp throughout the last 2 centuries. Now, just like the Native Americans before them, these homesteaders found that the swamp provided just about everything they needed to survive. They built sturdy cabins of pine poles and cypress and raised their cattle and hogs in the piney woods. They hunted bear, deer, squirrel, rabbit, turkey, ducks, and other game. And in the sandy soil, they grew corn, sweet potatoes, sugar cane, peanuts, peaches, pecans and tomatoes and other garden crops. And they kept bees for honey. Now, you may find diagonal cuts on some trees in and around the Okefenokee, where folks harvested the sap of pine trees for naval storage or turpentine, used for everything from a medicinal salve to ink. Swampers were self-reliant, hardy folks with a strong sense of independence, living so far from the nearest town, they had to work hard to survive. They also had to entertain themselves. They told stories, sang, played music, and invented games. Folks lived out here long before telephones were common in every home, so they had to find a way to communicate across long distances. Swamp hollering became a way of driving the cows home, announcing your arrival for supper, or just letting folks know where you were. Flat terrain and openness of the Okefenokee carried sound for quite a ways, sometimes 1 or 2 miles. Because of the size of the Okefenokee and the lack of phone and radio towers in the swamp, hollering is still probably one of the most reliable ways to communicate.
That is true. You don't have much reception out there. Here's some honey. It's made off of the edge of the swamp. Not sure who it is that's doing this.
The canoes are $50 a day. The lights are $20. And let's see, John boats are
Bunch of merch.
$100.
Good books back in there.
And then if they say that's wrong, I'll tell them to list changed. You know, people always say.
Oh, always. All right. Well, thank you very much. You guys have a good day.
There's a thing you can stand on, gives you a sensation of being on the peat out there.
I have seen every time they make me a burger, the bread's like, you know, like, I get like 2 good ones and I'll eat the third time.
Realized I did this earlier and I didn't have the thing recording. And we have the gator that you can actually come up and get a good look at one without getting bit.